Do you ever just wish that you had a faster metabolism? Maybe it's like you know somebody where they could eat the pizza, the brownies, the burgers, drink the alcohol, and they just don't put on any weight. In fact, they maybe even lose weight because of it. You, on the other hand, you look at pizza, you look at brownies, right? And you instantly gain 5 pounds. Okay? I get it. And odds are you're probably very frustrated if that is you and you're watching this right now. And all I got to say is, I got your back, brother. Right? Continue to watch this until all the way to the very end, because what I want to share with you is exactly how to speed up your metabolism, going over some specific tips that you can easily implement into your own lifestyle to just help you when it comes to maybe having this slow metabolism, transferring it back to a fast metabolism, like maybe back when you're in your teens or your late 20s, regardless. Because right now you're kind of stuck. And we're going to be able to speed that up here in a second, okay? So make sure to take down some notes, watch this into the entire way to the end, okay? Now, let's first identify why somebody might have a slow metabolism, okay? When it comes down to even what your metabolism is pretty much like how your body regulates and utilizes energy. So when you're consuming food, okay, whether it's all these calories or lack thereof, little calories, your body is taking its energy levels on conservative as far as how are we going to utilize this, right? The food that's coming in, how are we going to transfer it to energy, okay? The reality is that most people that sign up for our coaching program, they think that their issue why they're overweight is portion control. And if you're watching this right now and you think that is not your issue, okay? If you're overweight right now, odds are you have a slow metabolism, okay? And here's exactly how you can identify if you have a slow metabolism or not, okay? It's not just, oh, you're eating this food and your body doesn't know how to transfer it and utilize it for energy, and so you're putting on weight. There's some other, reasons why you might have a slow metabolism. But first, let's identify if you even have a slow metabolism or not, okay? The first one, like I said, pretty simple. It seems like you're having the hardest time when it comes to losing weight. Like you're struggling, right? Big time. It seems like you're eating next to nothing and you're still gaining weight, right? Let me repeat that one more time. It's like you're eating next to nothing, but yet you're gaining weight. Well, that's the telltale sign right there. The second sign is that you have very low energy levels and let's just say low stamina, maybe low sex drive, okay? You're just constantly tired. Well, hey, red sign right there, red flag, you have a slow metabolism. The third and final one, and this is where I can just visualize and see somebody just by looking at them to identify if they have a slow metabolism or not, is their body fat percentage. So if, let's just say you don't know your body fat percentage, you can just go to Google and type in like body fat percentage and you'll see all these different images and pictures and kind of identify. But what I always like to just, tell people that schedule these strategy calls with me, when I ask them what their body fat percentage is and they don't know, I just tell them to stand up and I tell them to look down. And I recommend you do exactly the same. When you stand up and you look down, what sticks out farther? Is it your chest or is it your stomach? Because odds are if it's your stomach, you might be over 25% body fat. You might be over 30% body fat, right? And that could be the main reason why you have a slow metabolism. Is because your body fat percentage is way too high, which means that your muscle, right, your lean muscle tissue is way too low. So remember, we're going to go over some specifics here to really help you out when it comes to speeding up that metabolic rate, okay? So keep that in mind, all right? If you're over 30% body fat, odds are you have a slow metabolism. And there's probably some other health concerns that you should be aware of as well, right? It's not just, your testosterone levels and your metabolic rate is low, but it's also, you're at a lot of risk and concerns for heart disease, strokes, like health conditions, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, when your body fat percentage is over 25, 30%. So just keep that in mind. And this is why I always recommend, you investing into your health, that's true wealth right there. Because that's what matters the most. You can have all the money in the bank, but if you don't have proper health to actually enjoy it or do anything with it, what's the point? It's just like when you pour into your cup, when you focus on, living a healthier, longer, more positive, happier life, everything improves. Not just you, but those around you as well. So keep that in mind, So now that we identified, what are some signs or red flags if you have a slow metabolism or not, and let's just say that you're like, okay, that definitely sounds like me. I got the slow metabolism. What can we do to actually fix that? We'll go over that here in a little bit, okay? But understand this, the main reason what leads to people having a slow metabolism is the mindset. Before we get into tips on how to speed it up, you have to understand the mindset. And the mindset, and this is why I think over 50% of the US population is overweight and obese and struggles with high blood pressure, is because of this thing upstairs, the mindset. And because of us just thinking it's all calories in versus calories out. Okay? It is not. Trust me. Okay? After helping thousands of guys easily lose body fat since 2017, it is not calories in versus calories out. Let me explain to you in the easiest way possible. Okay? I live in Ohio. Okay? And let's just say you watching this right now, you live in Florida. Okay? I know for a fact there's no possible way that from Florida to Cleveland, Ohio, you can get here driving on one tank of gas. It doesn't work that way. You're going to need to stop. You're going to need to fill it up. But what if you don't? Right? What if you just continue to say like, oh, I got this, right? Like continue to drive and it's like chugging and turning and running around on fumes and like, you're like, oh man, like what's going on? But I got this, right? Continue to push through. It's eventually going to break down. It's eventually going to be on the side of the road, okay? Because you weren't responsible enough to listen to your car and to fill it up when it needed gas. Plain and simple. Well, the reason why you're stuck on the side of the road, fat and out of shape, low levels of testosterone, low stamina, is because you didn't listen to your body, okay? You instead listened to all the hype about calories in versus calories out, okay? Listen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but food equals fuel. And I get it. You probably don't understand that, and you probably never will unless you decide to sign up for our coaching program where we can actually teach you that. But when you're eating very little food, okay, and you think it's just, once again, calories in versus calories out, if let's just say you're 250 pounds, okay, and you're eating like 500 calories a day, yeah, you're going to lose weight. But the weight loss and the fat loss are two separate things. And maybe that's why you have a slow metabolism, because nobody ever actually took time to teach you that. Well, I guess I'm going to be your coach and your teacher for today to just help you better understand. So you have, once again, body fat and you have lean muscle tissue. And if let's just say that muscle, right, that you have on your body, if let's just say, and we're going to go over some tips here in a little bit, but if let's just say we're not working out, if we're not eating anything, right, we're eating 500 calories and we weigh 250 pounds, and we're trying to keep our muscle, we're not being fed enough of the right macros, right, macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fats to maintain our muscle. Well, if your body is not getting fed enough of what it needs to maintain it, what's going to happen? It's going to lose it. And once again, if there's fat and if there's muscle, and if let's just say we're eating 500 calories and we're not working out, odds are we're losing our muscle. You don't know that because you just see the number on the scale go down and you feel like you're progressing. You feel like you broke the curse, right? Finally, once and for all. But the reality is you're actually doing a lot more harm than good for your body because you're deciding to listen to everybody else that claims they're an expert in the field, right? Go back to the car analogy. Can you actually drive from Florida all the way up to Cleveland, Ohio, and never fill up your car? Reality is probably not. So how can you expect to successfully lose body fat, okay, and have a healthy metabolic rate if you're not fueling your body properly, if you're not taking care of your body properly, right? Like that's all you have is your body at the end of the day. So might as well take care of it because it's going to take care of you. So how can we change things up in the right direction to actually speed it up now? Let me give you some tips, okay? The first one is start lifting some weights. Start working out, start exercising, okay? Now, whether you go to the gym, whether you work out at home, whether you just do some push-ups or sit-ups right at home or in the park, like regardless, there's plenty of guys that we coach, they go to the gym. Plenty of guys that we coach, they work out at home with the equipment. Plenty of guys that we coach, and they don't work out with equipment at all. Just do push-ups and some body weight stuff. Plenty of guys that, they work out 4, 5, 6 times a week. Plenty of guys work out like 2 or 3 times a week. Regardless, though, they're still working out. They're still training. If you don't use it, you lose it. So if you don't exercise, you're going to lose it. What are you going to lose? Your muscle. And what's that going to do? Slow down your metabolism. Hopefully that makes sense. So the first thing that you need to do is train your body to say, hey, we need these muscles. Right? We need to preserve these muscles. We need to maintain these muscles because we're focusing on progressing them and making them stronger. So we need to keep them, okay? And how do we keep them? By training them. Whether that's a few times a week, whether that's every day and you're doing push-ups and sit-ups, doesn't matter, right? You need to exercise. You need to move your body, right? We're going to make that very simple, okay? I think we all should agree on that. The second thing that you want to make sure that you're doing is eating plenty of protein. Now, in case you don't know anything about, calories and macros and how to actually be successful at reaching your health and fitness goals, this is all like a second language to you. I have a completely free training guide. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's actually the first link in the description box down below. You can click on that, take a look at it. It's just going to give you a step-by-step plan to follow, going over the workouts, nutrition, the right tools for mindset and accountability on how we help out our coaching members. So once again, if you want to take a look at that, it's the first link down below. But what you need to do is focus on eating more protein. And a simple calculation to just make your life a lot easier without getting too much specifics, right, is take your body weight and multiply it by 1. Okay, so if you weigh 250 pounds, have at least 250 grams of protein. Okay, reality is like the bare minimum protein you need is your body weight times 0.8, right? And you can go all the way up to, body weight times 1.5, but just keep it simple. Stop trying to confuse yourself and complicate things. Like, you want to get in the best shape of your life and you want this to be easy and sustainable for you, right? Probably, okay? You want to be able to, lose the fat, build the muscle, maintain that results for the rest of your life, right? Yeah? Cool. Let's make it simple. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't complicate things, right? Don't. It's just, you're only going to be shooting yourself in the foot. So when I tell you, eat more protein, just take your body weight, multiply it by 1, have that many grams of protein each and every day. Whether you're getting it through supplements, whether you're getting it through whole foods, regardless, however you're consuming that protein, right? Within 24 hours, each and every day, be consistent. You will speed up your metabolism. Trust me, okay? I'm going to go over here in a little bit though, just a little warning, right, after this next tip, but trust me, you will speed up your metabolism, okay? Just make sure to listen to that warning because I want to make sure you're prepared and you understand how long it actually takes to speed up your metabolic rate. We'll get to that here in a little bit. But going back to the protein, going back to the macros, don't worry about the calories. Don't worry about the, carbs. Don't worry about the fats. Keep it simple, stupid. Just focus on the protein because odds are right now you're not eating any protein. Protein is higher up on the thermic effect of food. Protein is going to help your body with speeding up its metabolism, help your body lose more fat, build more muscle. You want to make sure to have that protein. Okay. That's it. Don't overcomplicate this. If you're somebody that's like, but Joe, I don't know how to track, my food. Guess what, right? You can, download my app if you want. You can, schedule a strategy call with me and see if you're a good fit for our coaching program. We have a tool, right? Is that the only tool that you need? No, there's plenty of other apps you can use. There's plenty of other calculations. Shoot, you can just take a calculator or, a little whiteboard and maybe just write down, okay, hey, I had this. You look on the back of whatever you had. It has the nutritional facts. How many grams of protein? Jot that down, right? Go to the next thing. Hey, I ate this for lunch. Don't complicate this. However you can track your protein consumption to make sure that you're accurate, guess what? You want to do that, right? It's a KPI. It's a metric. It's something that's going to help you be successful. It's like a kid, showing up to college and they are doing their homework assignments and they're showing up in class and they're taking their pop quizzes. Odds are, right, when it comes time to take a test, they're probably going to pass that test. They've been present. They've been doing the right things. The right metrics have been in place. Same thing can apply to you, okay? Let's go to this third tip before we go into the time frame when it actually changes over somebody's metabolism, okay? Somebody's metabolic rate. Third and final tip is to move your body more, right? Plain and simple. We're not talking about working out now, right? We're talking about moving your body more. Steps, okay? We like to say NEAT, right? We don't like to use the word cardio. In fact, we don't program any cardio for any of our members, We tell them a NEAT goal, right? A specific step goal that works best for their lifestyle, best for their body type, okay? Moving your body, the NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, is a great, easy tool to help you speed up your metabolic rate. Because if, let's say, your goal was 10,000 steps a day, you can go on Amazon, you can, buy a knockoff Fitbit or a knockoff Apple Watch, or maybe you want to buy an Apple Watch, maybe you want to buy a Fitbit or a Galaxy Watch. Who cares, right? You can even download a free app on your phone that tracks your steps and you just plug it right into your pocket and just leave it in there as you move throughout the course of the day. Who cares? Just like the nutrition when it comes to tracking the protein, just like the steps, it doesn't matter about what tool you use. What matters is, are you actually going to do it? And the reality is you need to do it. You need to move your body more. If you live a sedentary lifestyle and you're constantly sitting down and it's just like, I mean, think about it, right? Maybe that's why you're overweight right now, is because you're too sedentary. Maybe your back hurts, your knees hurt, your joints hurt because all you do is sit around. Maybe you're constantly tired, you have low sex drive because you're constantly sitting down. We're not made to just sit down 24/7, right? We're made to move our bodies. So my recommendation, if you're serious about losing body fat and speed up your metabolic rates, is give yourself a step goal, preferably anything over 8,000 steps. I recommend maybe 10,000 steps, start with that, and see if you can do it. See if that's possible for, once again, your occupation, your schedule, your lifestyle, body type, all that. The steps, the movement, that's going to help you speed up your metabolism, going to help you lose more body fat as well, okay? Now that we have that, right, our 3 key tips. Lift some weights, right? Use your muscles, I should say. The second tip is obviously eat more protein. And the third tip is to move your feet, get more steps in, okay? You can't really mess this up. This is easy stuff that everybody should be doing, okay, essentially. Now let's get into the timeline. When can we actually see results? When can somebody actually expect to have their metabolism speed up? Well, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but let's also keep this in mind. You didn't get fat in a week. Don't expect to lose all your body fat in a week either, okay? Those bad habits of you not fueling your body properly, you being lazy, you just sitting around all day drinking beer and watching TV. Yeah, guess what? They had an effect. Which means like we don't live in an Amazon Prime type world where you can just change your body in a day or two. It doesn't work that way. You got to put in the work, right? And you have to understand that like it's going to take some time. Now, how long, I should say? I like to say for at least the members that we coach, because we have all their metrics. We get to see everything. We're tracking their daily nutritional logs because they're using our app. We're tracking their workouts and how much weight that they're using because they're using our app. We're tracking obviously their body stats, their measurements, their progress photos because they're using our app, right? And they're obviously doing their weekly check-ins because they're using our app, right? We get to hold them accountable. We get to see everything. And when we have all these KPIs and these metrics in place, if they are doing all the things that we tell them to do, right? They're consistent with their workouts. They're consistent with their nutrition, right? Just like the tips that I just literally gave you. As long as they're consistent with each and every day, not Monday through Friday on the weekends. Hey, you're not caring, you're not tracking about anything. No, Monday through Sunday, each and every day. If you do that anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, your metabolism will speed up dramatically. Will speed up dramatically if you're just consistent for the next 4 to 6 weeks with those 3 tips that I just gave you. The question is, who is holding you accountable? Who is in your corner making sure that you are showing up each and every day? You are doing the right things. You are putting one foot in front of the other. You are hitting your protein goal. You are getting your steps in. You are working out. Who is in your corner holding you accountable? Who is helping you with that? That is a question for you and only you to understand and answer. And once again, if you guys want any more tips, anything like that to help you when it comes to reaching your health and fitness goals, just be a little bit more successful, and that way you don't have to complicate things. I get it. There's a lot of information that's out there, right? Cut out your carbs, intermittent fasting, this diet, this program, this, Ozempic drug. Like, there's all this crap that's out there. But the reality is, you don't need any of that, right? What you need to do is just learn how to eat and train for your body type, learn how to move your body more, learn how to have the right mindset, stay consistent, be involved in a community with people that's like-minded that can also help you stay on track. That's really what it boils down to, the simple things like that. If you guys want more information, you can simply click on the link down below. We have a completely free training guide to follow that can help you out, okay? I really hope that you guys got a lot of value, from today's episode, just going over just some tips to really help you just speed up your metabolic rate. If you did get any value, I really appreciate just giving this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below letting me know your biggest takeaway. And if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate that if you did. As always, guys, this has been Coach Joe with Heartletics.com, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Peace out, Girl Scouts.